My organization has been using CampBrain for, I would say, close to 10 some years.
We've been with CampBrain for 12 years now.
My predecessors started using CampBrain, I think, in 2002.
We've been a CampBrain customer since November 2021, so just coming up on 4 years now.
The biggest thing is that the manner in which CampBrain approaches their customers is that there's always questions that you can ask them. There's no such thing as a silly or a stupid question. Their approachability and their genuine desire to actually help new users, old users, people that have just may need a refresher. I find that to me really gives that sense of loyalty and sense of professionalism, and just gives those people that chance to say, okay, I've got someone who has my back, and that everything's gonna be okay.
I really felt like we were a team working together to create the program.
I felt like we were talking to people who really cared about our experience with software and really wanted us to succeed. Right from the beginning with CampBrain, I knew that we were getting into a relationship where the ones that we were working with really cared about us succeeding and having what we needed to succeed. CampBrain was very easy for us to learn, especially new staff that are coming on. They find that it's very intuitive and nice to look at.
I would say using CampBrain and learning more about how to facilitate streamlined usage has been great.
My onboarding process with CampBrain was fabulous. We were moving, this is the first time we were taking anything online. Everything had been manual to that point. I'm an educator that kind of flowed into this position, so I really didn't have any tech knowledge whatsoever. So the tech support was amazing.
I would say one of my favorite features in CampBrain is the recurring donations feature, because I'm the person that manages all of our donations in CampBrain. So before having that in CampBrain, we had to manually every month, multiple times a month, go in and process each one. Whereas now all of that is done automatically, so we don't even have to think about it. We have dozens of recurring donors as well that are processing donations, so it makes a really big impact. We've been able to do more with CampBrain than they even advertise as possible, because we've been able to look in and really learn it.
I like that it's personal. I like that you can really get into the program and really develop it how you want to see it in the future. I like that it's hands-on, but once the groundwork is laid out, everything comes naturally.
I said I needed attendance. I need something that I can track kids coming in and out of classes and stuff. And I spent several hours on the phone with CampBrain talking through my program and how I could use the attendance module. And then a year or so later, they came out with the module, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they developed it based on what I needed. It absolutely was perfect to what my needs were for my program. So I'd say that was a pretty significant time.
I would say definitely go for it. You can take my word for it that you're going to be pleased with everything it can do. You're going to be blown away by the support and how much they care and how quick the response times are as well.
It really just puts a sense of less stress, and that I know that my camp and my season is going to come out as successful as possible.
To anyone considering CampBrain, I can say that I put in months of research back then, and CampBrain definitely stood out, and I would choose it again in a heartbeat.
I've had the CFO say, oh, well, go and check out other programs and see if there's anything. And I always look at her and say, okay, but there's no way. I'm sticking with CampBrain. I'm not going to switch it up. I've invested in it. We've got 12 years with you. I know I can trust you all. I know that you guys will help me accomplish anything I need to accomplish.
At the time that we switched to CampBrain, we looked into 6 camp management providers, and CampBrain stood out by far above the rest.
CampBrain was the only one that was like, yeah, we can do this. We could tackle it. Everyone else I talked to, well, that might not work so well, and there were different options. And CampBrain from the get-go just had the confidence to say, we'll pull it off, and we'll do it for you.
And the problems we were trying to solve, we had a custom system that was built in the 90s specifically for us. And we were really anxious about switching because we didn't know, like, is a different provider going to be able to cover all the things that we currently do? But switching to CampBrain has covered everything that we had with our custom system that was developed at that time that we never thought was going to be possible. It was just incredible to be able to find something that covered all of that and all the different things we were looking for, and more than what we wanted to. So I was the person that implemented CampBrain at the time. So I looked into a bunch of other providers at that time and then came to the conclusion that CampBrain would definitely be the best one. And I still stand by that today. I was looking back at my notes that I took at the time, and I still very much believe that we made the right choice. And that's something that I feel like is maybe rare sometimes with a product. Like, you may have second thoughts down the road, but I've never had a second thought. So very thankful. I want other camps to know, because they're missing out if they don't switch. And we hear about other camps that are with different providers that just really struggle. And so I tell them, like, just go to CampBrain. It'll be so much better.